Karen and I love this book called The Mapping Primer. I don't know if any of you have people seen this before. And it's by Ruth Steele, well, less Luchuk, but Ruth Steele is probably the one that's the most involved still with mapping and outcomes. The reason that I point that out is, I don't know how much this book costs, but in it is a description of a program map, and most of the concepts that you've put up have been captured by Ruth Steele in this description. Let me just highlight some of the 5 key points that Ruth talks about. She says it's a visual representation of a program. It shows the relationship amongst the program parts. So we talked about the connections and the relationships. It identifies the flow of learning through the program. So you talked about the process of learning, how people are going to move through the program. She actually takes that process of learning from the actual intake of the students. So she begins with the admission criteria, the description of the people coming into the program, and finishes with the outcomes. What performances people will be expected to have mastered by the end of the program, and then builds the map in between. She also stresses that it's a snapshot in time. And so when we talk about a map as a product, you will work very hard in your program areas, and you'll get ideas about how different courses are connected and what each course contributes to the program outcomes. And you'll have some way of capturing that in a map. What we have to remember, though, is that curriculum is very dynamic and changing. So that map only measures or only describes your curriculum at that point in time. And to be useful, they have to be updated and changed as curriculum changes. And then her last point is that it's a stimulus for conversation about curriculum. And that's the process part of the mapping, that to create the map, there's a really important curriculum conversation that has to happen. And once the map's created, there's an ongoing conversation about what that map looks like when it's implemented in the classroom or online or wherever the learning is taking place. Because again, you have to remember the map is just your curriculum on paper. And it is only as good as the curriculum in the classroom is, how well it matches that kind of the link between